how to explain the term software-defined vehicles.
Software-defined X is a general term that started years ago, which is basically the you're talking about conceptual of a hardware using software. In the case of the software-defined vehicle, you have the vehicle and you have the stack or the layer of the software, and then you have the driver. So between the car and the driver is the layer of software. The important thing about this is now when we look at all those cars that is built based on software and programming, it's basically a computer have four wheels. That's what it is. It's mostly focused on the hardware and the software. There is now, and I'm talking about electrical cars in this case, the rest of it is, technically speaking, is not as complicated as what we have in the traditional cars. You're not talking about the mechanical components here. It's great. Why? Because here's one thing about it. If you would like to fix a recall, you can have something over the air update. You know, you can do something over the air update, and we've seen this one in Tesla all the time. There is a recall. You don't have to go to the dealership. You don't have to do anything. They can just fix it for you by sending you this kind of information. It's the concept of software-defined vehicles is the percentage of software, over time start expanding to used to be a simple part of the cars, and start expanding and hitting the 50% of the design of the car. In this case, you have mechanical or you have electrical and software at the same time. When I talk about the software-defined vehicle, it just the terms that comes to my mind is convenience, comfort, and we're talking about safety in this case. The things that really bother me is security. What happened if somebody hacked into, because now it's a software. Once you have it as a software and you communicate with the manufacturers. From the side of the manufacturers, they get this tons of information, and that's going to improve their products instead of gathering this one through a selective number of cars or survey or doing some of the old traditional ways. They have tons of data transmitted to their servers, and they can just use big data analytics and see which feature the drivers have a problem with, what is missing, what can we add. And this will open the door for upgrades, which is basically more money, providing more feature people, making sure that this is what you need to be changing in the next version. So you go to software, your relationship with the driver start the day you buy the car. It's not the end. When you talk about smart, you're talking about many of the features that are going to make driving less hectic and less, danger, because cars can communicate with each other in this case. So they will know that there's an accident. They can exchange information about something going on with the car compared to the other car. What is missing in the picture is smart roads. That will be the next wave for us. Those smart roads will have sensors to charge the cars, for example, if they're electrical. At the same time, it's going to start emitting information to the cars, telling them what is the what is the issues of the road. So to have this perfect picture, you have to have smart cars, you have to have smartphones, you have to have smart road, and also you have to have smart drivers. And to get rid of the smart drivers, you're going to have the autonomous cars, which is the driverless. And we have in San Francisco, we have a company that the name of the company is Cruise. That one is running a driverless taxi, and it has some glitches from time to time. For example, last month it stopped in the middle of the traffic, and 2 months before that, the police stopped the car because the car was parking in a place it shouldn't be there. When the policemen approach the car start accelerating and left the scene. So things like this, which has to be, had to be fixed there. This is in a very early stage, because as I said before, smart cars is part of the Internet of Things. Smartphones is the first IoT device anybody have in their life. So in order for you to complete the whole picture, you have to have the four components. We have to have sensors everywhere. We have to have capability of communication everywhere. We have to have processing in the cloud, and we have to have apps for so many of them.